Hello everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Emmanuel and today we're going to talk about bulk price. Now, the long-standing issue with Google Merchant Center was with wholesale merchants who wanted to show prices at discounted rates when you're buying more quantity. Now, this has not been an attribute or a feature that you could add because Google Shopping is traditionally a business-to-consumer marketplace, while now they seem to be showing more openness for business-to-business features such as the bulk price. So now you can actually add your discounted rates when you're buying more quantity in Google Merchant Center. And in this video, I will explain how to set this up. Now, we're going to assume that your data feed, you have a primary feed, and let's say it's a TSV file, which is a comma delimited file. So basically a spreadsheet converted into a text file. Or that you're adding a supplement feed, which is a Google Sheet or again a TSV file. Of course, you can add these details in XML or Content API, but to make it simple for this demonstration on what needs to be done, I'm going to explain it for merchants who mostly use this to set it up by themselves and not through a sophisticated system. So of course, if you want to add these features, you need to contact your data feed supplier, but most apps have this feature available. And for example, for Shopify, which I'm using for most of my clients, there is an application called Multifeeds, and that is a way that you can add this information. And I will explain again a little bit later on in this video what you could do to set this up. If everything fails, then of course use a supplement feed to add these details. So let's go and have a look at a website to give you a little bit of an example of how it would see on the website or look at in the website. So basically, for example, of course, these prices are excluding VAT, but let's ignore the fact that these prices below here are excluding VAT. Of course, you have to always show inclusive VAT prices if you're in the UK or anywhere else. Only in the US you can add the tax afterwards, or in Canada. So let's say this is UK, and let's assume these are prices inclusive VAT. So for one product, the price is £315, and if you're buying 20, the price is £289. So on a spreadsheet, it will look a little bit like this. So we have the normal price, $3.15 for one single unit, and then if you're buying 20 or more, the price drops down to $2.89 per unit. And that is how you add it. So for example, this is a supplement feed and you're adding Google Sheets, then you add an ID column with your matching ID value, and then bulk price with between the brackets, the curved brackets, minimum quantity, price. Now this value, you don't actually need to add all of this information. You can just say bulk _ price or bulk space price. Now, if you're naming your headers, it is a suggestion to always use either with _ or with a space and don't mix match. So for example, if you're adding age group, so don't do age group with a space and then bulk price with an _. This sometimes can cause issues. So everything with an _ or everything with a space. So in this case, okay, we've 20 units and the price is $2.89. Now, what we can also do is we have, if you're buying 50 or more, the price drops down to $2.73. So what you want to do then is, in the second example here, you add another column, and then for 50 or more, $2.73 Great British pounds. And again, you add the same value as the header, so bulk _ price, and then you can all ignore adding minimum quantity price, so min _ quantity price, and wrapped up in a curved bracket. So that is how you add that, and of course you still add the minimum price $3.15. Now in the next example we have a system where they're selling per box, and for example you can see here there's a 11.63 square feet at the total price of 110.32 cents, and the square feet unit price, so per square feet, is $9.49. in this case, we need to add the unit price measure and unit price base measure. So let's have a look. So we know that we have 1163 is one box. So what we want to do is, for the unit price measure, we add 11.63 square foot price, and the unit price base measure that we're showing on the website is 1 square feet. And the total price is 110.39. So as you can see here, 110.39, because this is the minimum purchasable price. You can't add 9.49 as your price. On the ads in shopping will show the box price and then the square feet price, so 9.49. So you don't have to add 9.49 anywhere, just the total price. Then let's assume, of course this customer does not have that, but let's assume they have a lower price for 10 units and a lower price for 100 units. So 100 units, not 100 units, but 10 boxes. So in each box, there's 11.63 square feet. So let's assume then that the price for 10 boxes is $100. Then you add 10:100 US dollars. If, for example, you're selling 100 boxes at the price of 90, then you add 100:90 US dollars. And this can also work if you're, for example, having boxes with units. So let's assume that we have 10 units, so we call it CT. And then the price base measure is 1 CT. And then the same applies. So you do it one box. So if we have a bulk package 10, so 10 boxes have 10 tiles, so then that means 100 tiles in total, and here 1,000. So that is how you set up the unit price measure and unit price measure base measure. So when, for example, you're using Shopify, most merchants will have all of this data in a meta field, so not natively within Shopify, but they've added their own custom meta fields. So then if you're using a data feed application, which I love to use is metafields, and I will add the link in the description, is you can map those meta fields to the attributes so that you can add all of this information correctly. So that is done through metafields, and of course, for example, new attributes will not be available in the application of the data feed, so multi-feeds, but you can add custom attributes, so your own data, and then you just have to add bulk price, so without all the other data, so bulk price as the attribute name, and then you can just add all of this value. So you can use a combination of meta fields. So if you have a meta field that shows the bulk price volume, the quantity, and then another shows the price. So for example, bulk quantity 1 is 100 and bulk quantity price 1 is 90 US dollars. And then for another one is bulk quantity 2, and then bulk quantity price 2. So that's usually how you would set it up with custom meta fields. So that is how you basically set up everything. Of course, I've given you an example as a spreadsheet, but you can apply this in the content API and XML files, assuming you know how to add it in the first place, or that the support team of the data feed application that you're using has the ability to add this information. If you need any help setting this up, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help. And that is pretty much on the information and the new attribute on how to add bulk price in Google Merchant Center. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye.